Masika said she's throwing away Kari's inflatable pool as we speak.
Throw it away.
No! Get out of my face!
No.
You ain't about to take me back to jail.
Follow the guidelines.
Follow the guidelines.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe button and mash the bell button so you never miss when I upload. Alright, so the first thing we need to talk about is quarantine radio, because a lot of people are coming for Natalie Nunn's neck. So if you guys don't know, Tory Lanez does the quarantine radio, and Natalie Nunn decided to shake her ass for the Tory contest. So a lot of people came at her, and she kind of came back saying, like, because she's a wife and a mother, that doesn't mean she's dead, which she is correct. So when Natalie got on the live, you could tell that she was already drunk, she was already lit, she was already in true Bad Girls Club form. So I expected this to be a good show.
Natalie, come to the camera.
What you want? What you want now? Show them the milk.
Hold on. Natalie.
Now we ready, Tory. We ready, so we ain't gotta get ready, baby.
Wait, come
This is Bay Area, baby.
California!
Let's go. Go ahead. The syrup. Creative. The bananas. The syrup. Creative. Oh my God.
Perfect. Digesting healthy meals.
Now, I think Natalie would have been fine if she would have just did the contest the one time. Because it was just like, okay, you had your shot, girl, move on. Since I was in the live, I did notice that Natalie was commenting a lot to get Tory's attention. Now, I would have expected this from someone who didn't have a verified check next to their name, who hasn't built this brand of being the bad bitch that she is. But this was a little bit much to watch. And then once she made her second, twerk entry, that's when things got a little uncomfortable, because people were just like, okay, girl, you just pulled out half your pantry. Why are the baby Cheerios out? So before I even show you guys the second clip, I want to say that I think the reason that Natalie went a second time was because when she went the first time, a fan favorite named Cash had already gone a second time, and because people wanted to see more of her. And I don't think at the time Natalie got the reaction from the crowd that Cash got. And after Natalie went that first time that I showed you guys, Alexis Texas went, and people wanted to see more of her as well. So I think Natalie was really chasing that attention, which caused her to go a second time and do what you guys are about to see.
Miss Natalie Nunn said she didn't get her due justice. She said she needs another one. She said she needs another one. She said she needs another one.
Playing with me, baby. I'm tired of you fucking playing with me.
Whoa.
No, baby.
Let's go, baby. We giving you
The
ranch. Cheerios.
A healthy, balanced diet.
Those don't even go together. Let's go! Wow. A lot of food. A lot of different food.
Creative.
A lot of different food. Creative. Whoa! My God.
Creative. Whoa. Don Julio.
If you top it off with the Don
Julio.
Listen, hold on. Listen.
Don Julio.
Knowing that all of those, listen. Knowing that all of those foods do not go together.
Don't go together.
If one of y'all licks that ass one time,
So we know it's real.
you win. The ass cheek, not the asshole.
Yeah.
The ass cheek, guidelines.
In a friendly manner.
Guidelines.
Now, I think Natalie would have went up there regardless of who was up there. It's on brand for her being a bad girl. But I think what made Natalie go so hard is because she saw how Cash's following grew after being on Tory'S live, and like how much people sort of flocked to her and how much of a fan favorite she was. So I do think that this was motivated by publicity, notoriety, and staying relevant while they're like where there's nothing going on and everything is shut down. Because I think this is fueled by attention, I'm almost tempted to say that this was a publicity stunt for Natalie. She knew that people were going to talk about that she was a wife and a mother, and why was she twerking and doing the most on Tory Lane's Live, which everyone was in, including Idris Elba, BET, and I think even Allstate at one point. So, what better way to gain attention? And that's sort of how she keeps her brand growing, her business thriving, is by her image and her notoriety. When Tory's Live was on an intermission, she did go and start her own live and tried to call it Bad Girls Club Radio. A few people joined, there was some twerking, but when it didn't pop off the way she wanted it to, she did end up rejoining Tory Lane's Live and trying to get on live with him for a third time, right before he announced that his album was dropping and that he was finally out of his contract with his record label. Now, I'm not going to condemn her for twerking. She has every right to do whatever she wants. But I will admit that she did the most, and I think it was all for attention and publicity to keep herself relevant. However, my thoughts don't stop people from getting dragged on Twitter, and drag her they did. Alright, time for an update on some drama that everyone and their mother is involved in. So I don't want to give too much of a backstory, just a quick summary of the bullshit that's been going on. So overall, Nino Brown has entered the chat and gave a direct message to Floyd that he needed to check NBA YoungBoy over the disrespect of him calling him a bitch and the treatment of his daughter. And the fact that his daughter now has a case over this man. So NBA YoungBoy and Nino Brown exchanged some words. NBA YoungBoy's mother even hopped into the chat. She exchanged some words with Nino Brown and then dropped a diss track. Now, I can see why Kentrell acts the way he does. It's because he seems to lack discipline. Nino Brown wasn't wrong. NBA YoungBoy should be checked by Mayweather. But unfortunately, instead, Mayweather has just deleted all pictures of Ayanna off his Instagram. Anyway, LaPatra Jacobs has stepped forward and confirmed that she was stabbed in both of her arms and in her stomach. Now, I've seen a little back and forth on social media as to whether or not the woman in the background of her live was saying, "and your baby is dead," or "and your baby dad," as in reference to NBA YoungBoy still being with Yaya after she was stabbed. So, I'm going to let you guys see what she had to say, and then I'm going to
They
come back
really
and
want to know
finish
if
my
I'm
thoughts.
telling what happened. I'm not. I'm not.
What I don't know is how to speak to Red Horse.
Y'all know what happened. Y'all forgot? The fuck?
You got stabbed in surgery.
I got stabbed with a butter knife
In both of your arms.
in both of my arms.
And it's not severe.
And I got stabbed in my stomach. Y'all know what happened, right?
I'm doing my shit.
And your baby did. Yeah.
Want to smoke me.
In my opinion, the woman in the background would have to be saying that, "and your baby is dead." Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to me why Yaya would be facing 99 years in prison if there wasn't a homicide as a result of the injuries. So, taking Remy Ma as an example, she did, I think, 8 years with good behavior because she did shoot someone, but the person survived their injuries, so she was charged with, assault with a deadly weapon. I was honestly expecting Yaya to be looking at maybe 10 to 25 years for her case in August, but 99 sounds very suspicious. I also feel kind of bad for her because her family has basically disowned her. Her siblings have spoke out against her. Her father has removed every picture of her from his Instagram. And you can see that she only has her biological mom, Melissa Brim, that's really still standing in her corner and attending the court cases with her. I'm curious to see what details come out of the court case in August, and I honestly hope, in this interim, that Melissa is able to get Yaya away from NBA YoungBoy, and that Yaya is able to embark on some type of self-love journey, because at the end of the day, NBA YoungBoy treats women like shoes, and no one is checking him about it, including his enabling mother. So I don't ever see him having a healthy relationship with anyone, especially if he doesn't take his mental health more seriously, because you can't convince me that this man is doing all of these things and that he's just mentally sound. Actually, I don't think any woman dealing with NBA YoungBoy is mentally sound either, because you would have to be a certain kind of special to lay down with a man that you know has herpes and just willingly accept that. That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share with your bestie. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.